Right. Well, good morning. Now then. I'm going dog walking. Weather's not too good. But the purpose of this little video is twofold. Or is it threefold? I'm not too sure. Anyway. First of all, this has nothing to do with the video. Anyway, as you can see, we're walking down a little bit of a busy road. And this is called Burnley Lane. And it's nowhere near Burnley, but very good. And I'm just testing my new toy out, which is my GoPro 9. I'm taking the dog for a walk. I'm not too sure if you can see her on there. I'll show you later. Now, I've resisted... Oh, here we go. Don't you just love it? She's called Tilly. Now, when we got her, she had that name, Tilly. Well, I call her Tilly Two Shits, because that's the minimum she has when I take her out for a walk. Anyway, now then, don't you love this? Because if you take your eye off the ball, well, not the ball, but you know what I mean, and you haven't got your glasses on. I just picked a load of leaves up before, not first one first, and I thought, that's a bit sloppy. But they were actually a pair of, see, this is it, now you see. Took my eye off the ball, I can't even see that, without my glasses on. Right, Tilly, where's it gone? Oh, that's not it. There it is. Yeah. I'll end up standing in it, won't I? Oh, there it is. See what I mean? Camouflaging it for all these leaves. So anyway, my new toy, it's a GoPro 9. Now I've resisted buying a new GoPro because basically I only use that on top of the boat on the Norfolk roads, obviously. It's next to useless. What do you mean it's next to useless when I'm stood outside of it? Behave. It's next to useless when it's in its case for audio. It is good for putting on top of the boat in the peeing down rain, but then again you get it all on the screen anyway, so you've got to keep wiping it. But GoPros generally aren't very good for vlogging, basically, until recently. And when I saw the GoPro 9, and I mean, you can get a case for it, but that's only to take it further down than 33 foot under the water. So the likelihood of me being 33 foot underwater won't matter to the filming bit, because I'd be dead. There's no way I'm going in that deep water. So, but it is waterproof down to 33 foot without a cover on. And the audio has got better. Now I am waiting for a thing called the media mod. Now what that is, it's a little case that goes around it, and that means I can put my external mic in. And you know my little furry friend that you see sometimes on the videos that I have on the other camera, well, I can use it on this. So it can be a bit of a vlogging video camera. And that's what the hope is. So anyway, come back to you in a bit. Now the thing is, another thing, it's on my chest. I like to get things off my chest, but this is on my chest. It's on the chest mount, and normally when you're walking this will be bouncing all over the place and look awful, but they've got this stabilisation and a thing called horizon levelling, and it's amazing really. I mean, even just looking at it on the, when I've been going through my videos in lockdown, I think I mentioned it before in my videos that I hadn't really noticed. I just get the footage, put it together, and then create the movie or film or video, whatever you want to call it, and then upload it to YouTube. And it was only when I was doing lockdown videos that I noticed that the rivers looked like they might want to flow out to one side because I'd had the camera at a bad angle. I didn't have it level basically. So this has got a horizon leveling, so I can put it on top of the boat and no matter what angle it's at, and it'll show the horizon in its true form, hopefully. Where am I up to? Yeah, so we're going to come off this busy road if I can get across it. So this one of the good things, well possibly the only good thing about living around here, is that within 15 minutes you can be out in the country sort of. So, come on. Which way is he going? Let's go down here. So the lockdown, you're not allowed to go pick your mates up and go for a hike and stuff like that. We just started again to get out, and then we were going to make arrangements, and then we went into this localised lockdown again. So that's cocked it up. But what, they can't stop you at the minute, or they're not stopping you at the minute. If you're walking out your front door, they're saying exercise, taking the dog out, stuff like that. That was when we was in full lockdown. So it's anything like that. But you don't want to be walking on the main roads with all this pollution about there. So anyway, what I'm saying is, my chest cam, I won't know until I get back whether it is shaking all over the place, whether you can hear my heart pounding. But the audio on them are a lot better, and when I get the media mod, hopefully, the problem with that is though, instead of it being a nice little camera that you can put in your pocket and just pull out anytime, anywhere, you've got a bit more to carry if you're going to use the media mod with an external microphone. So anyway, we'll see. I need to test it in high wind. It's not windy at all today, it's just a bit wet. Come on, oh, you know, why do they stop sniffing every dog's pee every time there's... Ooh. Oh, and then when you get on the grass, every blade of grass has to sniff. Yeah, anyway. So, this is on the other side of the road to where I live. Now on our estate, we've got streets called, well there's a theme to it now, let's see if you can get it. We've got streets like Tewkesbury, what else? Chichester, Taunton, Wells. You know, you see any connection? There's quite a few more as well that are not springing to mind at the minute. Tavistock, is that one? I don't know. Anyway, what's the connection? And the one that we live on, which is Moorweed, when I met Christine, she already lived there, and that's Norwich Avenue. So there's another one. Do you give up? Well, the main one that runs down and that most of them run off is called Cathedral Road. There you are. Anyway, so here we are now. We're just coming through a little bit of a path that takes us onto another road, and so looking at the camera here, it's bouncing up and down. You know, my chest muscles, and I flex them. Problem is now we've got all this cool kids going, I'll probably have to turn you off till I get up. In about another 5 minutes for me, we'll be up, going up to a place called Chatterton Heights. So I'll come back to you then. So it's only, what noise in the vehicle, it's only 20 to 8. So there will be no siren call trying to drag me into the pub. And basically that's what I want to talk to you about today. Nothing to do with my new camera really. Well, obviously it is, trying it out. Nothing to do with my walk. Well, obviously it is, because I'm trying out on the walk. I want to see how the audio just off the camera works, and I'll compare that when I get my medium mod. It should be with me, I'm hoping, by Friday. So let's get round this corner, heading up away from the world basically, where we can have a nice walk. Now from here there's many little paths that you can go to. Oh no, then just see this guy coming down here. I've just seen the weirdest thing. When I come out with Tilly, there's a guy with shorts on, a t-shirt and running shoes, and he's got a brolly up. Give over, what's that about? Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn you off and I'm going to put you on my selfie stick then and see what. So I do need to see what the audio quality is like on that, and the moving about and juddering and stuff. But I've got this in, it's what's called cinematic mode. There are quite a few modes that I will be trying out before I get down to Norfolk Broads. But anyway, what I was saying, rambling away, was that as we went past the pub, hopefully, now I don't want to get into this bloody pandemic business much. In fact, that reminds me. Right, I'm just going to turn you off now and get you on my selfie stick. There then. You see, it's got a front screen on, that's the only good thing about this, because with the other GoPro, I'd never know if I was in shot at all when I was walking about with the camera, but this one, except see, I've got my glasses on, it's just a blur. Right, anyway, so here's Tilly. Tilly, say hello. She's sniffing on the dog to pee. Oh, she's sniffing you. Right, uppers and onwards. Now it's raining, so I might have to just stop every so often to wipe the screen, the lens, which is another thing they've got on here. And apparently, say my other GoPro was a GoPro 3 Plus, and God knows how many years ago that was, probably 6-7 years ago when I got that. And I've not upgraded, like I said before, until now. And they've got a removable lens cover, which gives third parties some. Why am I talking about the camera? Right, stop it. That's not what I'm here for. I'm testing the audio out now at arm's length, and I'm moving it about now. See, now that's another thing. See, I will talk about the camera for a minute, because I'm moving it about, but it's set for horizon leveling. So I'm twisting it round sort of about 30 degrees each way. It's not, well, it's not supposed to be, do it? It's supposed to keep straight, and I've got it on a sort of thing called hyper smooth. So it's supposed to be sort of, well, you know, cinematic basically. Anyway, pubs. Oh, that front screen's gone off now, that's a bit annoying. Got it set 2-minute timer, I think, so I'll have to change that. Don't matter about the battery life, the batteries are bigger on. Well, I'm talking about the camera again. I'm excited about the camera, can you tell? Christine, I think, is a bit excited about it, because she thinks I'm just taking this and nothing else. So I said it'll replace a lot of the other stuff. So she was telling Kimberly yesterday, coming in a little box, said, look at that, that's all he's taking now. No, not true. I've not actually told anybody this before, not even Christine. But back in December last year, I was thinking of contacting other YouTubers, you know, all the ones that you see on, like Robin and Russell and Jean and, well, and new name saying me. And quite a few more. Brian Wilmore, not seen one of Brian's videos for a bit. There's quite a lot anyway, so obviously if you're a Norfolk Bros fan, you will have googled these on, well, you search for it on YouTube, haven't you? And watched all my videos, haven't you? And subscribed to my channel, haven't you? So that's another thing I want to ask you about that later. But, effect flashing now. I'm going off piste again. We're down in October, hopefully down in October. Government allowing. Oh god, well, see, I'm getting into it, aren't I? Track and trace. Might as well be called arse and elbow. And this app, NHS app, everybody must download it. Well, they would prefer everybody to download it, except for the police, because it's not secure. That's going to encourage a lot of people, that anyway. So yeah, this is one of my regular walks up here. Anyway, but right, so December last year, I come up with this idea of doing collaborations with these other video users, video creators on Norfolk Bros. Maybe put a few little clips from each creator together, credit them with it as it went along, so they could get more subscribers. That's what it's all about on YouTube, really. Yeah, I might as well tell you now about that. I was going to do some live videos in October, but put them on YouTube. Now I can do them on Facebook, in the Facebook groups, and this camera you can stream live with it. And I'm going to turn it off in a minute and put that setting, because I can't see myself anymore. I don't know whether I'm on it or not. Oops. This is one thing, you see. Electric cars coming up. Not quite electric, but has anybody been killed by an electric car yet? Does not make a noise, is it? Somewhere. Right, where was it? Right, collaboration. No, I weren't gonna YouTube live, because you can do it in Facebook, but I'm a member of quite a few Facebook groups, so I'd have to do it in, I'd have to take it in turns, wouldn't I, really? I know a lot of members are members of most of the groups, but some don't like certain groups and some prefer others, and personal choice. So I thought if I did it on YouTube, posted links in all the Facebook groups, then everybody could watch it. So I set about, what I've never done one before live on YouTube, so I set about looking at how to do that. And you can't do it unless you've got 1,000 subscribers. Well, other than asking each time I do a video for you to subscribe, I don't actually beg. Please subscribe. Do you know what, I only need 559 more. Oh, actually 558. Philip Annan at Acle Bridge subscribed yesterday. I'm going to have to take this hat off, it's warm up here now. Whew. Yeah. So if I get another 558 subscribers, 48 subscribers, so I've more than double what I've already got. But look, God, there's been thousands and thousands of people on these Facebook groups, isn't there? You don't have to watch the videos. You have to press that notification bell so you get told what I do in here. Just subscribe and then don't bother with it again. Please. Yeah, so if I do get over 1,000 subscribers, then I'll do some live videos on YouTube from October, if we're allowed down. Right, what else was I up to? Yeah, the collaboration. Brilliant idea. I was thinking Norfolk Broads video collaboration. I come up with a great name. Collaboration. So I thought, well, Norfolk Broads COVIDs. Well, and the rest is history, as they say. Well, actually, unfortunately, it's not frigging history yet, is it? Still ongoing. Does anybody know what they're doing? Does anybody keep track of it? I know they were a bit of a pain with their daily briefings, and I'm talking about bloody COVID. I know they were a bit of a pain, weren't they, with those daily briefings, and then bloody journalists asking the same question, just trying to trip them all up. But wouldn't you like to hear again what's going on? Give us a bit of feedback. Chris Whitty and Patrick Vallance were on last week, pre-warning us about the national lockdown. I think that's what they were doing. Anyway, let's give you a wipe. I think. Oh, it's alright. So I'll have to give it I can't tell you with the glasses. Right, I'm going to turn you off because I want to get this thingamabob so it comes on all the time so I can see what. No, I'm not, bollocks. Yeah, so right, anyway. So forget COVID. So that's scuppered my plans, then I'll have to come up with another name, Norfolk Broads collaboration videos. Anyway, it's not going to happen, is it? So, well, anyway, about 10 minutes later, I have to walk past that pub. Well, I don't like this. See, can you see there? That's the pavement there, going over this bridge. And this is where I am at the road there. I don't like it. I've lost my bottle of ice. Don't like it at all. Get anywhere near that fence and I start going giddy. Oh my god. You know, I don't know what happened in my life, but when I was 19, I'll have to cut all this out, otherwise it's going to be a 3-hour video. When I was 19, I used to work for a firm, local firm around here called Units to Let. They used to buy old mills up and make them into units and let them out, basically. So quite a lot with the old mills, the roofs needed fixing, so we was up on the roofs quite a lot. Well, in fact, I was just a labourer, basically. 1 week I'd be with the roof, the next week I'd be with the joiner, the next week I'd be with the electrician, and that was another one I didn't like. Just all those cables up there, but don't put them together. What? Why? What happens if you put them together? You don't want to know. Alright. Don't like electricity. Yeah, so anyway. So I'd be on roofs, I'd be like looking over the parapet down at, like, what, 100 foot up or whatever? 40 foot maybe, don't know. Now I can't even go 2 rungs on a ladder. Going up a curb sometimes gives me a headache. Right, anyway, so that's nothing to do with what I was here for. What were we here for? What day is it? Don't forget an audio. So that was it, wasn't it? Yes, I'm doing this video for the Caledonia Canals. And then, so yeah, if you're on the boats, no. So anyway, we're hoping to be on Silver Cloud on the 24th of October, which is 3 weeks away from when I'm doing this video. Now that is our half term. Well, Christine, she works at Hume Grammar, which is a private school, you know. On their half term, they have 2 weeks, from the 17th of October until the first week of November. Now I know a lot of schools down Norfolk, their half term is the 17th, and I've looked on that company that nobody likes anymore because of the way they treated the customers, and I've also been on Richardson's website, been on Ferry Marina's website, been on Herbert Wood's website. Who else? There's still more to do, but looks like Ferry Marina have got the boats still available for the end of October, but a lot of them, I think they shut down for after the 17th, well, on the 24th. But it might be worth ringing them because I think they might have extended, some of the companies extended the season a little bit, in which case it might be okay. So yeah, it's best ringing. Now that's another thing. Oops, the car's going to be going in. You never tell them when's a car coming, that dog. Yeah, it's a bit tight up this street, up this road. And you do get a few cars coming up it now and again because, well, they've got farms down here and there's houses down here as well. I mean, that one, some lovely places up here. Oh, it's like another 100 grand on top of our street. Right, anyway, let's get to the point. So when I'm down in October, I was thinking, well, first of all, let's go back to July. Because down in that's not a left tip bigger than the right tip bit, that's my chest mount, that, by the way, it's sticking out. When I was down in July, I went in one or two pubs, as you can imagine. Now I've been trying to stop drinking, that's another thing COVID got paid to. Ooh, could have again. Yeah, COVID put paid to that, stress and everything. Those demons got inside me with the stress. Right, so anyway, went in a few pubs, and in the main, the systems that they had in place was really good. Now, I'm not favouring him because I like him, and he did a video that he told us about how he just pissed up and fell over and broke his leg. He had 5 plates and stuff. But Acle Bridge system, for me, worked the best out of the ones that we've been in. Bell in at St Olives, wasn't too, it was okay, but it was a bit, poor girls when it got busy, they were up their own backsides. Anyway, so yeah, the system with the Acle Bridge, which if you've watched my last video, you'll have seen, you had to queue up outside, which was okay because it was sunny, until you was beckoned in. Enter to the den of iniquity, where Philip will imbibe you with alcohol beverages and stories of clumsy trips. Anyway, so then there was stations at the bar, and they've got screens up, so they didn't need masks on or face coverings, and that's the only thing I'll come into in a minute. So they didn't need face coverings, and at the time we didn't need face coverings, or we wasn't, well, you could wear them, people did, but it wasn't compulsory as it is now. So you got your order and then you went out, and if you was eating inside it, like I say, I will tell you later on that about booking tables and stuff, but Christina got outside, found a nice table, well, the beer garden's brilliant there at Acle Bridge, and took the beers out. But because of the system, I realised that I better just get 2. I didn't fancy going back queuing up again. So the track and trace, they were doing that. Bit hit and miss on the app. They have an app in some of these places, and it was like, well, you know what it's like in Norfolk when you can't get bloody signal out of the place. So unless you've got your Wi-Fi dongle with you or something, then sometimes they don't work. Right, anyway, so I thought, well, I wonder how they're coping now with, oh, bloody hell, there's no cars coming up, there isn't any cars coming down here. Get over here, muppet. I thought, I wonder how they're coping now with the new rules. Alright, people have got to wear face coverings, unless seated. Going off tangent a little bit, I was having a chat to one of the staff in my local. I went in on the first day that you had to have table service. It's bad enough in there getting served at the bar and I'm bloody on the table, so I've not been in since, and I probably won't go in now until tomorrow. Anyway, right, what was I up to then? was having a chat to one of the staff in my local. This is what happens to me, things going around in a small space. A bit of old-timers kicking in. I forgot what I was telling you about. Well, I was telling you about a story about one of the staff at my local who they meet and greet you at the door, take you to your table. They've got face coverings on, and you're supposed to have one on as well. I have seen loads of people without. And they take your order. So they are less than 2 metres away from him in some instances, but that lad can't go and see his mum. Now, he can't go round to his mum's house and visit. He can't have anybody around his house visit. There's something not right there. I don't know. Well. Yeah, so you didn't have to wear face coverings and you didn't want to. But obviously now that's compulsory. I think you took your beer out to the beer garden. So anyway, like I said, Acle Bridge had a really good system. But now I was interested to see how they would cope with the new systems, table service only. Are they going to have people coming round the beer garden? I mean, if the weather's not so clever, what are we going to do then? Private road, no parking. Right, so we could just come down. Oh, I can't turn you around. Well, you can see from behind, can't you, that I've just come down a big hill. Usually it's mine, he's coming down there, but when I was talking to you, I took my mind off it. Mind over matter. Yeah, so. Right, till you get on here for a minute. So I was interested to find out how they would be coping. Inclement weather, people won't go sit in the beer garden, will they? And actually it's going to get colder. Half term's got to be very busy. If it's true what they're saying about all the boats being, well, virtually all of them, because when I checked on the websites there weren't many available. There's still quite a few for the 17th, and if that's half term down Norfolk, you can still get a bargain on there. But there were nothing on most of them showing for the 24th. Now I'm guessing that's because on their systems the season's closed, but I might be wrong with that, I don't know. If it is, then all the boats are out virtually. You might get an houseboat up at Stalham somewhere. So yeah, I was thinking, well, people might get disappointed if they just rock up at a pub and there's no tables basically, and it's peeing down outside and you don't want to sit in the beer garden. It's not going to be right clever, is it? So what I've done is I've sent messages on Facebook mainly, a couple of emails to all the pubs that are on or around the rivers on the Northern Broads, because I couldn't do the Southern Broads as well. So I think we're just staying up north this week, the week when we're next down. Asking them if they could share some information about what the biggest challenges has been. Figure out whoops, milkman's going to try and knock me over. Right. Cream line. Yeah, what am I up to? No, it takes me about an hour to do this walk, and I've been talking all the way around it virtually. Yeah, so I thought I'd message them and see if I can get some information. Now I know on some of the websites, and on I know Mazza has put, and in fact Mazza's doing quite a good job recently on the Norfolk Broads Motors. She's putting a lot of good information on there, and she's not shy, you know, Mazza. Anyway, she put a post, or copied a post, or shared a post basically from the Ramworth Maltsters about what they're doing, and there's a lot of good information on there, so that people aren't confused. I've noticed a lot of the websites and a lot of the Facebook pages need updating and putting how they're dealing with things. We don't have a car. Tell you what, I've never seen so many cars down here. Yeah, how they're actually dealing with stuff. What's the situation? And so anyway, I've had some replies already, and I sort of posting them up, and I'm hoping that in the next couple of days I'll get more. I did tell them they could do a video if they wanted, and I've put that on. Most of them have declined that. In fact, all of them declined that. Although Phil's not got back to me yet, so I think he's rehearsing actually. Yeah, so I've had a couple of replies, and like I say, I'll put them up and we'll go through them all. But basically the upshot of it all is, if in doubt, ring, and you might have to book a table just to have a drink. And what's where we're going now? These people, and you can't see that, but you will in a minute. On the wrong side of the road. Oh god. See, they should be. Then how do they know when the car's coming? Country walking, I think it's called. Oh, don't get me going about the wrong side of rivers and stuff. No, I'm not going off piste again. Yeah, so what is it? Bloody hell, yes. It must have come at a bad time. It must be a bit earlier than normal. Oh my god, there's all coming, you know, behind me. Jesus. Go on, Tilly. Let's get out the way before we get killed. Oh, these aren't going to pass, are they? Move it! Come on, let's get past this car. Never known it's so busy down here. Right. From there, I've killed to that. Really? Let's have a look. We're going to stop round here in a minute. Put the way. I mean, my hand's got pins and needles in my fingers. I'll have to change hands. I think it's been about 99 minutes, hasn't it? I think that's the time, isn't it? 99 change hands. That's what I used to be told when I was young. Right. Right, so this is Chadderton Park FC. And this was opened by Paul Scholes, who used to be a Latics fan, and then took over as the manager, who lasted 31 days and a bit of a wussy girl really. Anyway, so I should have done the script, shouldn't I, because I have no idea what I'm talking about now. Yeah, so a few of them are coming back to me, and I'm hoping that a few more get back to me before Friday when I start putting this together. I'm hoping to have it out for the weekend so that it gives people a bit of information about what to expect when they go to pubs. But the upshot of it all, like I say, is phone first. You might have to book a table just to have a drink. They might, if the weather's bad, there won't be much seating outside. They might be catering for that. I don't know, they might put a marquee up. I don't know. So I'm hoping to find out more information from each pub. Now I know that like the Maltsters, the Rising Sun and the Recruiting Sergeant, they've got good information on the websites, and I'll be putting that up in a bit. So I've gone from Coltishall, if you're lucky enough to get under the bridge there at Wroxham with the high tides. No chance at the minute. But you don't have to go on the boat, you know, to Coltishall, because you can, if the train's running, I'm not too sure when they stop, but the Bure Valley Railway, you can jump on that, get off at Coltishall, and it's about 15-20 minutes walk down to the river where the Rising Sun is, but it's a bit shorter to go to the Recruiting Sergeant. Anyway, and then you've got the Red Lion, so I'm waiting for a response from them. And yeah, also you can walk it up the side of that railway, so you can walk from Wroxham up to Coltishall. It'll take you about an hour, something, possibly. Now we're there, 3 hours back. Yeah, so I've gone all the pubs, so from Coltishall down to Wroxham. Now I've had a response from the King's Head at Wroxham saying you have to contact our press office for anything like that. Oh come on, I'm only after the bloody information about what people do when they come to your pub. Even your cleaner can tell me that, shoot, goodness. So I'm not following up. If they've given me, like, also Fur and Feathers put me on, you'd need to contact somebody else for that information. I'm not actually going to do that because, I mean, I'm just getting some general information for myself and for other people that might be down in the next few weeks. I'm wondering what's going on in the pubs and how it's working, basically. So, obviously now, I will have, by the time I've got back home and look through my emails and messages from Facebook. Now, that's another thing I meant to tell you. I did notice most places have got Facebook presence on Facebook, a Facebook page, whatever. Most of them have got. See, I've got a sign in our house that says, from my girls got it. Oh, was it just Lucy? I'm not too sure. Dad, no matter how tall I grow, I will always look up to you. Oh, it's nice, that, isn't it? You know, so I'll get home, check my messages, and like I say, a lot of they've got Facebook presence, but a lot of them look as though they don't really update the Facebook pages, and they might have set it up or had somebody set it up for them. Now, I've had a nice response from Faye, I think she's called, at New Inn, and she gives a bit of information about how it's been a bit of a struggle. Now, we've got new owners there, good luck to them. Gus isn't there anymore, so Gus in February he was working next door on the new build where we were staying at Arnsor Lodge, and I didn't bump into him this time in July, so I'll be going to have a look for him in the Ferry Inn in October if I get down there anyway. So what I'm saying is that a lot of them don't look as though they've updated the Facebook group or the page, basically. So it does say when you open the message, you can message them and ask them questions. It comes up with set questions like, do you want to book a table, blah 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 blah, but it says typically it responds within a day. But if they're not going on the Facebook page, and I mean, I have a Facebook page for my wheelchair adapted taxi, basically, and you don't always see them. I've had people message me on there, but you don't always see it. It doesn't always come up in your notifications. We'll do it maybe. So yeah, so hopefully I'll trim this hours-long video down. It's what I call a key worker, NHS. She's taking the glasses for a while before she goes to work. Good girl. Right, come on, Tilly. Let's crack on. Good clock. Right, anyway, yeah, so I'll put all that information on, and I'll put links. Well, you can just search yourself, can't you, basically? Well, I don't expect to get replies from the ones, because I did mention in my note that I noticed a lot of pubs are putting good information up on the websites or on the Facebook pages, so I can just take it from that, like the maltsters, like I say. But it's pretty straightforward. I think we all know what to expect. It's just it'd be nice to hear from the establishments themselves about how they're coping and what to expect, really, because it might not be exactly what we expect. Right, I'm just coming down to the park now, and I might have to turn off for privacy reasons. There's a lot of dog walking goes on around here. In fact, there's a few there now. And I put my waterproof pants on. It's not really raining that much. Right, I'm going to turn you off and maybe come back to you later, or you'll be seeing all the stuff that I've got back from either my searching on Tinternet or look at what she's doing now. No brains, dogs, have they? Right, go on, work it out. No, she says, you work it out. Come on. Little shit zoo. Loyalty dogs, these, apparently. Shih Tzus. I think the clue was in the name, really. Right, going through the park, so it. Look at how I see women there. Oh, it's gone dark in here. That's another thing, see, I don't want to check the low light settings. Well, not settings, but it coats a low light, because they're not really, that's one thing that action cams are not really good at. Well, this is a nice park. This is called Chadderton Park, and it's not massive, but it's quite nice. It goes by the river, it takes you into the canal, and from the canal you can go walking miles and miles and miles and miles, which I have done before. So what else do I need to tell you about? Well, actually, it wasn't just pubs, but it was basically anywhere like sort of where you could get a drink. Maybe, let's go back. Sort of like Pedro's at Acle, you can just pop in there for a drink. Bridgestones at Portrayham. Now, I do believe the Narada is closed completely. It did say that on the website. Now, whether that's not been updated or not, I don't know. So I've had a reply from Ian at the Falgate, who is retiring. I don't know if he's retiring, but they're leaving at the end of October. Anyway, I'll show you that, what he says. Yeah. Right. Ooh, it's little got me then. So anyway, no schools. No school run. That's another cock up. Like the council, we'll just see how they cope. Let me invoice them. Morning, you alright? Right, so anyway, I won't mention it again, but please subscribe. Please. All I need is so I can do live videos, basically. But that's not a good way to entice you to subscribe, is it? I do need you. I need you. And I'll be taking my little friend along with me. So I'm going to go now because we're coming back to the road and there's loads and loads of school kids walking up and down, so I don't want to be getting done for perving. Well, I would have liked to find out what's going on at the Acle Bridge. You know, what's going to happen, or what system's in place, basically. Now, Phil was the first one to reply to me on Messenger, and he said, I'll have responses later. I'm still waiting, and I've just messaged him again. I don't know. Did he not like my last video? Well, come on, Phil, what did I do?
So, here we go.
Okay, let's go through the pubs and what I found and what I've been told. Now, I didn't get as much response as I would like, really, but I don't know if that's a reflection of some of the Facebook pages not being really used, or whether it's just that they think the general guidelines are enough and that they don't need to let us know anything in particular. I don't know. You tell me. Or maybe it's just because... Well, I've bloody no idea. But anyway, I didn't send a message to the recruiting sergeant because what I'd seen was they had exactly the same message on as the Rising Sun at Colchester. Now I thought, are they from the same group, or is it just a general COVID message they put on? And what they're saying is you've got the COVID-19 guidelines. And what they're saying is Please remember your face covering. These must be worn when entering the pub and may be removed once seated. Masks must also be worn when leaving your table to go to the toilet and when exiting the building. All tables, both inside and outside, are to receive table service only. Please remain seated and do not approach the bar. We will look after you at your table. The maximum number of guests we can accept per table is 6. This includes children. Please continue to follow the one-way system we have marked out. All guests must provide contact details in line with track and trace laws. At 10 p.m. we must say goodnight and see you soon. Once again, we are incredibly grateful for the unwavering support of our fantastic customers, and we shall strive to continue providing our usual friendly welcoming service in these strange times. Now, I know we can work that one out, that this is the general rule and this will apply to all the pubs and all the businesses basically that you will be visiting on your holiday. But the reason I did this was so I could get a little bit, maybe a bit of a feedback of how it's been affecting the businesses, but there's only been a couple of replies about that and we'll get to them soon. So the Red Lion, that's the same question, and it doesn't look like they've actually got anything on the website. This is up at Coltishall on the Facebook page about what they've got in place for COVID. So there's not a lot I can tell you that really. And you've got the King's Head, and I asked them the same question, and that's basically the same as the Red Lion. There doesn't seem to be anything at all on there. Yeah, it was a bit disappointed really, because it doesn't take much to put a post on like they have at the Red Lion, at the Recruiting Sergeant and the Rising Sun and other places that I've done. It doesn't take a lot, does it? So the Rising Sun, I've got the same. It is here somewhere. I have seen it. Where are we? I did see it somewhere. Here we are. That's the same thing as the Recruiting Sergeant. The Hotel Wroxham, I couldn't find anything on there. But if you want a job as an housekeeper, there you are, look. Another one, I couldn't find anything COVID related. And no reply. Yep. See, 18th of June. See, some of these don't get used a lot. 24th of June. So, what they're saying here, on this was 29th, eat, drink, relax and listen about that. We deleted that run, but this is, right. Yeah, so, not much on there really. And then you've got the King's Head, and they said any request like this would have to go to the press office. I mean, that's basically because it's Green King, isn't it, that owns the pub. So it would be a general thing. But I was only after a bit of info about the pub. But anyway, I can't see anything on here. Live here tomorrow, Norwich versus Derby. They've just got a few pictures, basically. Yeah, so nothing on there again regarding, let's have a scroll down because I don't want to be doing anybody injustice. Right, there we are, you see. And asking everybody to download the NHS COVID-19 app. And then, that's basically it. You just scan it when you go in. Simple. And not a lot of people are doing that I know as well. The Fur and Feather, I did get a reply from them, and it says the best thing to do is contact Daniel. So yes, I have done that. See, job opportunities, senior chef de partie and commis chef, full-time or part-time. So the 8th of September, and then up to the 15th. And then the 15th, that's a pin post, 15th of August. So there's nothing on there that I can see really, COVID-wise. A Swan Inn. Well, there was no system for messaging on there. They don't have a message. It wasn't like to be contacted on their page. So I emailed them at Swan Norfolk, vintageinn.co.uk, but I've not had a reply from them. There's nothing on there. I believe they've closed the moorings outside now, but I think it's because they're unsafe. So there's nothing on that one. Nope, can't see anything at all COVID related there about the system. I think what a lot of places, like I say, I think what they're doing is they're expecting us to know. But I wouldn't want to just moor up at a pub and then find out that I can't have a drink because it's full. I'd like if I have to ring up, I'll ring up her first. Where are we now? We're at the New Inn awning. Now this is under new management, and I did get a nice reply from, I think she's called Faye. Yes, she's called Faye. And this is what Faye said. Hi there, Dave. Thanks so much for your message. My name's Faye, and I'm the social media coordinator. So you all should have one of these. For the New Inn, we have Laura, our general manager, responds to messages also. The most challenging thing about opening after lockdown is that we weren't able to have the full capacity of guests due to social distancing that we would normally have. We are coping really well though with the new restrictions. We've adapted to them quite well. For example, here are some things we now have in place. Our team will wear masks when delivering food to your table. Pre-booking is advisable. Card payments are preferred. Additional hand sanitising in place. Minimise guest to team member contact where possible. Entrance and exit still clearly signed. Clear signage inside and out still on display. Track and trace will be completed upon being seated to your table. All guests will be served via table service. No more than 6 people on any one table. No standing, ordering at the bar. 2-metre distance rule to be practised. I advise booking for dining and for drinks also. However, if guests want to drink with us without booking, we can usually accommodate this. We have still been extremely busy post-lockdown, with moorings being fully booked almost every night throughout the summer. We look forward to seeing the video, and if you need anything else, don't hesitate to ask. Kind regards, Faye. Now, that's a fantastic response, and that was what I was hoping to get from more establishments around the Broads, but obviously they're either too busy or they don't read the messages, or they're not bothered about responding. So I said, thanks, that's great, Faye, many thanks. I hope to put something together by weekend, and it is now Friday as I am doing this. So yeah, so thank you, Faye, that was brilliant, that. And the ferry in. So 30th September. Right, dear customer, here's some great news. The ferry opens tomorrow. I think, has the ferry been closed for a while? Well, they've had the floods, haven't they? So that's a bit of a problem for them. As it says here, dear valued customers, whilst the ferry is flooded, we have some good news. Our sister venue, the Green Man at Rackheath, is open. It's not much good news for anybody on the boat. Anyway, let's see if we can find. See, look at the pictures. This is my Saturday when I get there. This is checking the water levels. I don't want them to be like that when I come down in October, if I do manage to get down. So yeah, so I can't find anything on here regarding COVID, any particular things. So just revert back to the general rules with that one. And we've got the Ranworth Maltsters now. Erica serving a dog. Now, it's supposed to be table service only, Erica. What's going on there? Right. Let's have a look. It is on here somewhere. I know where it is. I've seen it. Come on. Is this it here? There we go. And this is similar to the other one. At Rising Sun and the Recruiting Sergeant. A little update for all our lovely customers. At the Maltsters, the health and well-being of our customers and staff is our highest priority. Therefore, in accordance with the latest government guidance, with effect from Thursday 24th September, customers were required to wear a face mask, blah 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 blah, operating via table service only. And staff member will take your drink order payment from your table. Where card or contactless payment is not possible via the PDQ machine when drinking or dining outside, a member of staff will accompany you inside to take payment, and face coverings must be worn. I think, if I'm right, the outside pizza bar will be closed by the time I'm there in October. I think it usually finishes about that time. Anyway, that's another story. The premises must be closed from 10 p.m. and we'll give you a friendly reminder for last orders by ringing the bell at 9:45 p.m. I don't think I've ever been in any pub on the Broads at 9:45 p.m. Not for a good few years anyway. I'm a bit bladdered by about 7 o'clock usually. The good news is that our food service times remain unchanged. All our lovely staff will be wearing face coverings in accordance with the current government guidelines. We will continue operating with our one-way system. Please continue to use our hand sanitisation stations when entering and exiting the premises. Maximum capacity inside or outside can be no greater than 6 people per table. Track and trace forms are now mandatory. Please fill in a form or scan our QR code on arrival. So yeah, so very similar to Pizza Den. My nephew were gutted with that one year. He was waiting for the staff to come out and open the pizza, but it wasn't. So I said to one of the staff, "When's the Pizza Den opening?" This was in October, by the way, in half term. And she said, "Easter." He was nearly in tears. Anyway, let's crack on. Now then, Philip, I don't know what you're playing at. I can't upset you that much on the video. I only interviewed you. It was you that was telling the story. Phil was the first one to reply to me when I sent it. Well, I actually messaged him on his Facebook profile rather than Acle Bridge. And he immediately sent me a reply saying, I'll get back to you. Anyway, I just sent him one about 10 minutes ago saying, well, basically it's like whatever I did, whatever I said, I didn't mean it. I didn't say that really, but you get the picture. So anyway, I'm looking at Acle Bridge and I can't see anything on here COVID related. It's not jumping out to me. But they have a great page usually. There's lots of stuff going on here. And they put some really good pictures on. So probably this is one of the best Facebook pages that's being kept updated regular. And that's showing you how to use it. Well, I don't know what that is. Somebody's showing you how to order. Let's have a look. Right, so there we are. That's COVID update. Booking is now essential for anyone dining. I don't know whether you book if you want to just go for a drink or whatever. Russell has said the bridge inn opening its doors to welcome you for a refreshing pint today. Oh dear. Right, where's that? I'll find one for you in a minute as well that somebody's put on. That's quite funny. Yep, so I mean, hell, Phil, you've been 6'6" tall when you were about 15. Well, that's your dad. Right, looks like you. Anyway, right, so let's crack on. So where are we up to now? At the ferry at Stokesby. I didn't get a reply from these, but I think I saw something. Yes, here we are. Right, so that's straightforward enough. And unfortunately, they had a bit of a problem when they was going to do a cake sale, a coffee morning, and because of the restrictions, I hope they did still do okay with that. Yes, that's general rules. I think I've said it once, twice, 30, 40 times. If in doubt, just give them a ring. The Wayford Bridge, nope. And, I had to email them again because there's no thing on here to message. So we're up the ante now. We've done with the viewer, and we're up the ante. And I've not been in the Wayford Bridge Inn for a long, long time. So this one, 31st of October 2019, and this hasn't been updated since the 7th of July. So even if it did, I did have a message of the facility on it, probably wouldn't have got a reply from that. So you would have to ring that one up. And the Sutton Staithe Hotel, I sent those the same message. I'm not too sure there's anything on here. What's this now? Yeah, so it's telling you that last orders will be called at 9:30 for 10 o'clock close. There we are, that's that one. So this is similar to the others. Last orders will be called at 9:30. All customers will need to wear a face mask when they visit. You are permitted to remove your mask once seated at a table. Rest assured, a wonderful front of house team will have a smile for you behind their masks. I'd hate to be working behind a bar with having to wear a mask all the time, wouldn't you? I do feel for them, especially the pretty ones. See, I've resisted to say pretty girls there because I'm not getting called sexist ever again. Table service will be in place, so when you arrive, you'll be shown to a table where a member of the team will take your order. Please use our QR codes to complete your track and trace details. The codes are on all our tables, at our entrances, as well as various points throughout the hotel. If you do not have access to a portable device, details can be taken manually by the team. These new guidelines for everyone's safety. Failure to comply with these rules may result in you being thrown in the river. Thank you for ongoing. It doesn't say that really. If you're only listening to this and not actually reading along with me, it just says these results may result in refusal of service. Yep. So, where are we up to next? Oh, we're down at the White Horse. Now, I have a response from Ricky here. Now, let me see if I can find him. Who is in charge of the White Horse at Neatstead and another pizza. Just a minute, let's have a quick look. Right, is your bum on a seat? Yeah, this is a good one. I haven't seen this one before. The Andy Guide to masks in bars. Is your bum on a seat? No. Wear a damn mask. Yes. Take your mask off. Have a beer. Right, nice one. Right, so here's an update. Business as usual, and Lion as well. Right, so it's the same sort of situation. We already offer full table service inside and out via handheld order devices. Our service team will all wear masks for less than 2 metre service, so a small change to make it all of the time. As a customer, you are required to wear a face covering whilst moving around inside the venue. We will have a limited amount of face coverings for sale if you should need one, and all profits will be given to one that he should be over there on one of our local charity partners. That's very good. And they do have takeaway. Now, like I say, Ricky is in charge of both the Lion Inn at Thurn and the White Horse at Neatstead, and it's pretty much the same for them. Now, this is exactly what Ricky said. He replied to me virtually straight away as well. Hi pal, no worries, we'll be the same for both Horse and Lion. One-way system in place, check-in at front door and do test and trace info. Masks etc. are standard when moving around, booking only for indoor tables, as outdoor are weather dependent. Recommend to book at all times to guarantee a table, book by phone. Takeaways available at both pubs still. Both pubs not really affected, has been on 10 PM close and table service since reopening. So I said, thanks Ricky, much appreciated. I assume it's best to book a table for food. What about just popping in for a few beers? Is that first come first served? If weather is crap, then tables could all be booked up. So defo recommend booking even for just a drink, so we know how many to staff. So that's good info. Oh my god, look at that. The Angel of the North. Good grief. Right, where am I up to? Where was I up to? Let's have a look. That was the White Horse. Now we've got... Right, so here we are at the dog. Yeah, not had nothing back from the dog at Ludden Bridge, and that looks interesting. I wonder if that's somebody at the dog actually doing that. Oh yeah, this was Chef Myro giving a demo of pizza stretching with his own homemade dough, going on the menu for our Italian menu nights every Thursday from the 24th September. Now then. I bought an Uni pizza oven and I've had a go at this. I can't do that. I just can't do it. I end up with big holes everywhere. Actually made that look too easy. Right, anyway, so where are we? With COVID, aren't we? We're not nothing to do with pizzas, really. I do like it in there. Now that young lady there in the middle, I can't remember her name, but I think she used to work at the Ferry Inn at Awning. She did tell me her name when I was last in there, but I just can't remember it. Right. So yeah, I can't see anything COVID-y on there. See, I like these type of pubs, me, but Christine, she doesn't like the oldie world pubs. Alright, let's move on. So well, with the Lion, we've already done the Lion, and we've seen what Ricky has said. So let's crack on now to the King's Arms at Ludden. I can't find anything on here either, I don't think. So I've just left them a message on there, actually. I think yeah, that's 30th of May, that, one minute. One thing here now, this is interesting for me, because my locals is Toby Carvery, and I've never eaten there. I will go there for a drink. Well, I go there for a drink every so often. And they are still doing the walk up to the counter bit. Now, here at the King's Arms, they're saying, because of the table service COVID rule, they'll be giving you a form to fill in. I was wondering how they would do this at Toby Carvery if they had to take an order. I'll have some crackling, but I don't want peas. I'll have sweet corn. Green beans, can you give me 5 spoonfuls of that? I like green beans. I want cabbage, yeah. I want 5 Yorkshire puddings and roast potatoes, blah, blah, blah. I thought, how would they keep, track of people placing orders like that? But they've come up with this, that you tick it off and then it will be taken away and they will give you some of whatever you've asked for. But, I mean, don't take this the wrong way if you're a Carvery regular, but some of them up at Toby Carvery, they're the big gadgets. They like to get the money's worth. They go in and they pile up the plate like, good grief. You'll never eat all that. It's ridiculous. So I don't think this will go down too well with Toby Carvery people, because they won't be able to get 5 scoops of mash, will they? On there, it's you just tick it, or could you write in it 5? I don't know. Anyway, see, there's my message. Toby Carvery still allow you to get your food at the counter, but everything is served by staff. I wondered if it was something you could check up on to make your system better. That was 34 minutes ago, and I've not replied. Maybe it's me they don't like. Oh, I wonder what's he called? Oh, he sits at the end of the bar. Oh God, I forgot your name. Sorry, mate. Swampy, is it? A Marshy or something? No, it's not Marshy. That's Bob Marshall. I think it's Swampy or something like that. He calls him. Right, Bridgestones. Now, this is a cafe, really, but I sort of found it by accident, really, because Christine was going around Le Farms, and I said I'd go in there in an order, which, when was this? This was not this April gone, the Easter before, I think, 2019. And it was short than an order, so I was a little bit disappointed. So I was walking down to Le Farms to catch up with her, and I just saw that they had beer like that on the counter there, Bulmers, Magners and stuff. So in I popped and just had a bottle of Magners. So you can get a drink there. You are now required to wear a face covering when entering our establishment. As of today, new government guidelines state this, and face coverings are to be worn until seated, please. Many, many thanks. I think what you did in that, you could go to the counter, but obviously now you can't. So let's hope that's not affecting their business too much. Right, and then we've got the Falgate. Now, a message from Ian, who got back to me with quite a decent response. And on the website here, it says, as of today, this is the 24th, last order will be called at 9:30 p.m. and you will be required to leave the premises by 10 p.m. Table service will be in place and will be the requirement of wearing a face mask during your visit. Once shown to your table by a member of staff, you are then permitted to remove your mask and your order will be taken. We would like to thank everyone again for your continued support. So Ian got back to me and he said, I'm not sure I can be much help. During lockdown we had a tough time trying to do takeaways, which didn't take off as much as we hoped. We rely on tourism trade a lot. Anyway, since reopening we have adhered well to what has been expected of us with restrictions, etc, etc, and have been busy to the busiest that we can be, i.e. social distancing. We do table bookings for food and a first come first served on drink tables. I've so far had no complaints or problems from any customers shutting up at 10 and wearing a face mask till they're sat at a table. Having said that, we are due to leave at the end of October with new tenants stepping in. Unfortunately, we may be closed the last week in October in order for us to clean up and clear out. It's best to contact us on 01 blah 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 just to be sure we are open. My name's Ian and I am the landlord. Well, thank you very much, Ian, for that. And I wish you well with whatever you're doing. I'm not too sure whether you're retiring or you're just moving on to something else. But good luck with whatever you're doing. And thank you, like I say, for the response. So there we are. That's where we're up to. And, I mean, we know, don't we, the general rules, basically. You've got to wear a face mask until you're seated. And some places you have to wait and they'll take you to a table. And then you can take your face mask off, place your order, blah, blah, blah. Some places you might have to find a table. And this is what I was trying to come up with here. Now, you've got some information there. And it saves you mooching about everywhere. So basically, if in doubt, ring them up. Because most of them want your custom anyway, don't they? Yeah, let's hope that we're not in lockdown. Please, please, please. Cheers. Well, I hope you got some information there about the pubs. Now, for those that are there now, or have been there since, when was it, 28th of October? September. For those that have been to any pubs down on the Broads, let us know in the comments below how you've got on. Now I'm doing a bit of a comparison here. Now I've got my new tie over there with the mod on that came today. I've got a mod on. And I'm sticking with this. Now I have ordered another little bit of something to go on that. Don't tell Christine. But anyway, so the thing is, like I've said before, if you go to any of these establishments or any establishment, you know the crack now. Face coverings, table service only, blah, blah, blah. It's nice to hear from some of the landlords and staff at various places. And I will find out myself, hopefully, in October, what the crack is. But let's go through some face coverings, do's and don'ts, because it's a bit of a minefield, isn't it? See, I think if they had a face mask, a face covering, and they said that'll stop you from getting COVID 100%, everybody'd have them. But you see these people now who think, oh, I'm not wearing one of them. But anyway, so make sure, I have them in me, I usually have them. See, that's not really very good, is it? An old snotty Yankee. You get away with that one, really, but I suppose you could, couldn't you? Oh, good Lord, what? Have you noticed, though, do you wear glasses? Have you noticed? Steam up, don't they? Anyway, so here's some good ones and here's some bad ones. Some good ideas, some bad ideas. If you forget your mask, you can improvise, but some things might work better than others. So let's go through the ones that you should remember, really. I mean, you've got the bog standard one, haven't you? That type of thing. Them are pretty straightforward, aren't they? You see a lot of people wearing them. Well, you actually see more on the floor than you do people wearing them. Right, I'm going to have to take my glasses off for this experiment. Look at this. Freaking tangle already. Them are good. I wear this when I'm driving. Well, not when I'm driving, when I'm getting people in and out in the wheelchairs. I've been told up at the pub they're not allowed to wear these for some reason, don't know why. Screens, face shield. I think them are alright. I got these off my cousin's girlfriend because she forgot hers, so I give her one of mine and then she gave me these back. Now these are, if you go in incognito, they can't see you. Camouflage. Yeah, there's two of them, one like that, one that colour. So, now then, where's my things? Right. So just say, for example, you forget your face mask, your coverings when you go on holiday, and you know when you're a shop. You might have to improvise. Now, like I said, some things you'd get away with, some things you won't, like if you've got a bobble hat. It's a bit awkward, really. I don't know how you get away. I mean, oh, that needs washing. Oh, that's been on a sweaty head. I mean, really, that's not very good because you won't be able to see your way to your bloody table. You'd have to, I don't know how you do that. No, it's not really, that's no good. See, that's the thing. You need to be able to see, don't you? So, that's no good. Cushion cover. Wonder it. Can see through that. No, I can see. No, that's no good either. Controversial. Probably get killed for this, but your wife's panties, knickers, whatever. Did I do that then? No then, how would you do this? I don't know whether that's working. How does that work? You probably get away with that, aren't you? That's probably the best ones. Can see. My nose covered. Mouth covered. Yeah. Sorry, love. Keep them. Now here's, if you're a fisherman, think about it, I need a drink. I know it keeps going out of shot, but you have to see over there. Over there. You can see me, can't you? Cheers again. Oh, yeah. If you're a fisherman, you might think that if you've got your ground bait bucket, you might be able to use that, but no, that's not a good idea. Can't see a bloody thing. Smells of ground bait that. Oh. Shit. Now, here's a couple of no-nos. Definite no-nos, okay. In fact, I don't know why I'm doing this because I'll get so much shit for this. Plastic bags. No! No, 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 no. Plastic bags. No. See, because you need to put an hole in your mouth, don't you? I've seen them do that when they put it over. Oh, no, 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 no. Now, I've thought about cling film, but no, no. Right, anyway, so, now then, I've had a good idea. Well, I thought I had a good idea because I have an invisibility cloak. That's easy for you to say. So if you're an up-and-coming thingy, wizard, whatever they call them, and you've got if you're an up-and-coming wizard or witch or whatever they call them, and you've got your own invisibility cloak, like I have, last time I tried this it didn't work, then you might think this is a good idea because it's actually covering you. You can just about see through it, just about. But can you spot the obvious flaw? They've got to be able to see you to serve you, haven't they? And then how do you drink that? Where's my drink? I'll see, I can't even see my drink. Well, you can take it off, can't you, when you sit down, but so anyway, that's not a good idea either, is it? Right, anyway, so there's your options. Basically, don't forget your face covering, okay? And let's get on to the other thing, that the elephant in the room. Well, that's another story. Treadmill, exercise bike. Lockdown came along. Oh yeah, let's get myself fit as a fiddle. Fat as a fat thing from Fattingdom, more like. Ooh, I must have put on about a stone. I wanted to lose half a stone. No, I wanted to lose a stone, I think it was. And now I've only £21 to go. So anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so there is a longer version of this, believe it or not. Then the link will be in the description. Now, it's only for people that follow that link. It's not going to be posted live onto my YouTube channel. Basically, I went for a walk with my new toy, my new GoPro, and I was talking about various things, mainly about the Broads, obviously, about the pubs and stuff, but like I normally do, I rambled on a little bit about other things. So that'll be in the description below, if it's not 3 hours long, but it's almost an hour long on its own. So in that little video, what I'd said was, my plan was with my new toy, my GoPro 9, which is more of a vlogging camera. Now it's a bit far away from me now, so I'm going to have to, I'll be comparing the sound in edit, obviously. But it is a bit far away from me, so if you vlog in, you'd have it close to you, wouldn't you? But obviously, so the sound I'm not so bothered about because I've got my little furry friend on here, as long as it's worked. Oh God, that really pissed me off. So the thing is, what I planned on doing was, because of my little furry, on my new toy, you can stream live off it to YouTube, Facebook, and so on and so forth. So I was going to do, hopefully, if we're there in October, do some live videos. And the problem is, I've never done any before. I've done one on Facebook, in the Facebook group, but I thought I can do them in the Facebook groups, but which Facebook group do I do it in? Because I'm a member of quite a lot of them. So it wouldn't be fair to just do it in one and not in others. So I thought, well, I'll do it on my YouTube channel, post a link to all the Facebook groups, and then everybody who wants to watch live can do. So yeah, so I thought, no, I'll just sit out, I'll go onto YouTube and say what you have to do. Well, the first thing that I saw was you have to have 1,000 subscribers. Well, I don't actively push too much for subscribers. If you want to subscribe, you subscribe. If you don't, you don't. But please subscribe. I never beg normally, but please, I just need, how many more do I need now? I think I said it was, well, I actually got one this morning, so I think I only need, not far off, about 550 more. So come on, now, there must be at least 300 of you watching this now. All you have to do is click the subscribe button down below. You don't have to do that bell thing to get a notification. You don't even have to watch my videos if you don't want. It's just please. Now I can do some live ones on YouTube, and that's basically all it's for. It is nice to have subscribers though. I do like subscribers. I have some very good subscribers, some really, really nice people. A couple of people that come along with some strange comments now and again, but I think it's just spam basically. Anyway, so please subscribe, and I'll stop waffling, and I hope you've enjoyed the pictures of the pubs, if I've actually managed to do that. If not, you'll just see one picture of whatever I put up. So I've got to go now because we're having a... the dog keeps mithering me. Right, so anyway, what was I saying? I've got to clean all this crap up now before she gets home. I better put them back on her. The knickers. Well, I don't know whether I've told you this story or not. In fact, I don't know whether I should tell you this story or not. Right, it's a bit, for anybody who's a little bit, how should I say, sensitive. Oh, right. It's a bit embarrassing really. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I haven't really been drinking that. Yeah, I've just poured it out, and that's all there is. It's Strongbow, that. It's not old moat cider. And it's Strongbow in there. So I only did it for as a prop, basically. But anyway, Nathan, stepson, he used to go out with my daughter's best friend. And that's how they met, basically, because she used to come round staying with my daughter here, when my daughter used to stay. And that's how they met. So anyway, cut a long story short, I'm in the bedroom one morning and there's a pair of panties. Oh, by the way, the young lady's called... Oh, no, I better not tell you. Oh, actually, I'll have to. She's called Shauna. Oh, I'm sorry, Shauna, if you ever see this, I really am. There's a pair of panties on the dressing table, and I got hold of them and put them over my head like I just have with those. See, I'm taking into the depths of, oh God. Oh dear. I think I better get that thermometer thing out and test my temperature. I think I'm pretty burning up here. Put them over my head and said, Christine was lying in bed. I'm like, oh, come on, get yourself ready. I'm getting myself all horny here. She said, them aren't mine, they're Shauna's. I went, oh, flipping heck, like you do. Anyway, that's it. That's a true story, by the way. I've not made that one up, like a lot of things I do make up. So anyway, if you're on the Broads now, or you've just got back from the Broads since they introduced the face mask table service only, let us know how you've been going on. Phil, let me know if you're still alive, will you, please? And hopefully I'll see most of the establishments that were on that list. Maybe not most of them, but quite a few of them anyway, hopefully in October. Because we're staying up north as long as it's not absolute... Well, actually, the tides are brilliant. We'll be able to get down. We wanted to go down on the Sunday and get back possibly Tuesday at the latest, I think, but we've not had much success before in October. It's been really high tides, so I'm thinking we're just going to stay up north. We've not got a real itinerary as such. We're just going to... If it's cold, we'll just be looking for electric hookup all the time. There's plenty of them about. So anyway, stay safe.